Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. We are currently live on Twitch and I felt like it's the perfect time to do a Warlords 3 recap. I'll be talking about my experience as a player, my experience as a viewer, as well as some behind the scenes on my preparation, my drafting, and some of my thought process going into the tournament. And I think it's going to be interesting for you guys to to experience some of that, to hear my thoughts on it. And I'll also do a small Q&A session with Twitch chat at the end. So, maybe 2-3 minutes at the end of the video. Since I'm live streaming this, they can get a few questions and we can, have some fun with those as well. So obviously spoilers, look away if you don't want to get spoiled for World War 3. But we won the tournament. This is the prize split for everyone. Really nice split for a lot of players. I think even the guys that went out first round got a decent amount for like one round. It's single elimination. So playing only one round and getting 1,200 is really not too bad. First place prize is obviously very high. I think this prize split was really good. $45,000 tournament. For a week, it's a really, really good prize pool. So very happy with the prize pool on this one. Big shout out Memb and Microsoft for setting that up for us. Now going into the bracket, I'll be talking mostly about my run, but I also want to touch on some other runs or some other results that are quite interesting and definitely worth talking about here. And then I also have a notepad that I want to show you guys about the finals. We'll get to that a bit later. First, we're going to be talking about the bracket. So I'll start with my run first, and then I'll touch on other people. So basically, my first round was up against Velez. Now, Velez is a guy who's really strong, really solid player. However, he hasn't been playing that much recently. He's been studying more, or just like not full time. So I went in a favorite, but the thing is, I still felt like Velez is not the easiest opponent I could have gotten. So it still felt like a pretty tough round. I managed to win 4-1. Nothing too special. I played my comforts as much as I can. He beat me on migration. That's going to be a common theme, me losing water maps. I don't think it's because, as you can see, like migration was the loss. I don't think it's necessarily because I'm bad on water maps. I think I know what to do on them, but I don't pick for them, at least not in this tournament. I didn't pick for water, and the reason for that was just because I wanted to secure other civilizations that I deemed slightly more important. Then after the round of 16, going into that round, I was not too nervous at all. Like I felt okay. I was a bit nervous because it's single elimination, but it was like okay. Going into the quarterfinals, I had by far the hardest quarterfinal. I would say me Leary is the finals of Hidden Cup, which we played like 2 months ago, and so Leary is obviously a top class opponent. Managed to take it 4-2, but what's interesting is that the last match, Fortified Clearing, he actually had the Civ advantage. So if I didn't win the Mired game, I think I could have actually lost 4-3. Leary has 4, I have 3. So I'm really happy I ended it with Mired. Really tough set. I think Leary's the set versus Leary was the second hardest set of the tournament. Was okay on the nerves. I was a little bit nervous, nothing too crazy though. I still felt like I started strong with Haboob and then Arabia. And then once again, I lost the water map again. Felt weird. This time I actually did pick for it. So maybe I am just bad on water maps. What happened here is I just lost my scout early and it just like made it hard to spot his monk rush. Fun fact about this series, Leary monk rushed me once. No. Yes, he had a really good strat here. So once, twice, like some monk push with conks. 3, 4. I got monk rush like 3 or 4 times in this set, which was ridiculous. So I was getting pushed a lot. And then in the semifinals versus Tato. So going into the semis, my practice partners up until this point was actually like mainly Doubt. I played a couple against ACCM, a couple against Sebastian. And I think that's it. So like Doubt, Sebastian, ACCM were like my practice partners. Don't remember if I played one versus Winchester. Don't know if I ever got the chance. Maybe one against Vinch. So I had a few practice partners from the top bracket. But then going into the bottom bracket, my practice partner became basically Sebastian, because Viper would probably practice with Tato, 2 GLs, and I'm a GL, but I don't have anyone here, so I had just practiced with Sebastian. I like to practice with people that are still in the tournament, because usually those are the most motivated. So I practiced with Sebastian here. He went first. He had a decent showing against Viper, but we managed to take Tato out 4-2. This set in particular, I felt extremely shaky on. I think the reason for that was that I had a higher DPI than normal. I had to tone that one down in the finals. I was misclicking a lot. I felt shaky. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I was wearing like a very stuffy t-shirt. It was like a jersey. Like it felt like very stuffy. Something felt off on me. I don't know if I was like sick or something, but I felt absolutely terrible in the series physically. My strategies were great. My drafting was excellent. Like the draft was ridiculous. I got carried by it's very hard. I had like Chinese in my civ wins everywhere basically. Strategy was great. Draft was amazing, but my execution was terrible. Once again, I lost the water map. This time I lost arena. I think I should have won the arena game. Just like so many misplays for me. I reviewed that game. I was so mad at myself. That was horrible. But nonetheless, we made it through to the finals. In the finals, I felt much better. I was playing well, like felt great. Sebastian won the 3rd place match, and I didn't really practice at all for the finals as far as like gameplay. I just did a couple build orders, made 1-2 practice games. That's it. And for the most part, just prepared a draft. And this is what my strategy looked like for the finals. So I want to give Viper water category, and basically just try to secure a lot of comfort maps, a lot of the land maps that I like to play. And then I just picked for them, and I last picked for arena, last picked for migration. Those are the 2 maps I basically sacrificed. And I didn't sacrifice Nomad, but I ended up losing it anyways. Arena I ended up winning, which is really nice. I had prepared my bans in advance, and this is for the people who are interested how I do the civ picks. So like I knew Chinese Mayans. I had a few others that he banned here. It would be like my S tier picks. Then my second tier picks would be this. Then I had, this pick, and then the last pick would be these. As you can see, my arena pick was going to be the last on the draft, and my water pick was also last on the draft. So this is how I prepare my draft, and this is how I like to think about it going into the finals. But that's pretty much it for my my recap of my run. I felt like it was pretty solid. Really happy with all the rounds. I didn't get a single like clean sweep, but I felt like I was like doing well in every round. Couple other notable runs. We'll start with Viper. I think Viper had a really good tournament, starting off 4-0, 4-0. People were really hyping up Viper here. He looked great against Sebastian. Sebastian kind of broke the armor, took some games. But I still think Viper had a really good showing there. I think even Sebastian had a great showing. And Viper felt really strong in the finals as well. So like in the finals, I felt like it really could have went, pretty much either way. Like there's a few games that were really close, like Spiral Arena. These 2 games probably dictated who won the tournament. Yeah, to be honest, Arabia was one-sided. Nomad was one-sided for him. And then we had a couple close ones, but yeah, these 2 felt like they really could have went either way, to be fair here. And in the last one, Land Madness, I had the Civ win. I had Chinese left, but so like even if I lost this one, I still feel like I'm favored. So yeah, it really was about Spiral and Arena, but still, nonetheless, a great final and a great run for Viper. So congrats to him for 2nd place. The other big storyline is Sebastian. Look at this guy's run. Going through Mr. Yo 4-3, then going through Vinchester, and then taking 2 games off of Viper, and then 3-0ing Tato in the 3rd place match. Crazy good run for Sebastian. He's taking home some really nice prize pool money as well. That's the biggest win of his career, basically. This is a ground-breaking result for Sebastian, and I look forward to see what he can bring. I've spoken to him a lot. He's a very humble guy, a very self-critical guy, but also confident. His head is in the right place. It's a joy practicing with him and just talking AoE2 with him, and he's always down to practice. And he's also studying in university while doing this, which is probably the most impressive part of his run in general. So for me, it's just a matter of time before Sebastian like starts going hard and being consistently a top 4. One thing I also want to talk about here is that it seems like there's 5 names that are always in the semifinals. It's Viper, Hera, Tato, Yo, and Leary. But there's only 4 spots. Those are like the top 5 that almost always make it into semifinals. But every tournament, it seems like one of those names is missing, and there's always a wild card. It just feels that way. In this case, it was Sebastian, the wild card. Leary and Yo dropped out a bit earlier. But yeah, honestly, really nice set. Those are like the main storylines. On the bottom half of the bracket, nothing major happened. Pretty like standard results. Freaking Andy had a pretty good showing versus Leary, to be honest. It was a really nice first set there. And yeah, pretty awesome tournament overall. Nothing else I really want to cover. I want to say a big thank you to Mem for hosting it, and Microsoft for sponsoring, and Mem for raising some prize pool as well on his stream. Yeah, thank you to all the viewers, of course, for enjoying that. We're going to go to the Twitch chat now. I'm going to take my camera off. Twitch chat, go ahead and ask me a few questions just at the end of this video. I'll do a small Q&A about Warlords. Anything you're curious about, we'll leave it as part of the video as well. You can say hi YouTube, you do whatever you want. If you guys have any questions, I'll just throw them into the video as well. I think that would be really fun for people to hear. And I'll answer a few of them. We'll give it like 2-3 minutes. How much do you practice on stream versus offline, percentage-wise? I would say on stream, I do a lot of 1v1s to stay in shape. I did all 1v1s for the week before the tournament, but all the tournament practice happens on off stream. So I would say 80% off stream, 20% just staying in shape on stream. Hi, Harry. Your performances in recent tournaments makes watching tournaments a little boring, but we must admit you're... Okay, that's not a question. Thank you, though. Or I think. Did you feel like you were going to lose the arena? I felt like in the finals, I was doing okay in the arena. I got a big shot at the bombard cannons that helped me out, but I think even without that shot, I would still be okay. Probably in a losing position, but still winnable. I had 4 relics. How close do you think it would have been if you faced Sebastian in the finals? It's hard to say. I think I would have been favored for Sebastian, but Sebastian's one of those guys that can actually just go head to head against me and just outplay me. And that's a scary, that's a scary thing to deal with. So I think I'd still be favored, probably around 5-2, 5-3, same as Viper, honestly. It would just be yeah. It would be different, but probably with similar results. Statistically, at least. If you had lost the arena game, would you have been afraid of losing the series? I still had 1 game, like I said, I had the Civ win in the last game, so I would have had to lose 2 games. Maybe arena and spiral, for example, to be in trouble. What was your most and least favorite map? My favorite map of the tournament was probably Alpine. Felt like a really fun map to play, really strategic, really exciting. And my least favorite map was... Ooh, that's a good one. I didn't really have a least favorites. Probably Migration. I don't really like playing Migration anymore. Yeah, probably Migration. Franks was open to the end of the last set versus Viper. Why didn't neither of you pick it? Actually, he picked Franks in the middle. It was not at the end. He picked Franks in the middle. What is the one matchup you don't want against Viper? I don't care. As long as I have a decent Civ, I'd be fine. Yeah, there's not one matchup that I'm like scared of. Why didn't you choose Vikings on water map versus Dravidians? Migration is not a great map for Vikings because you have to fight a lot on land, and Vikings don't have bomber cannons. And last question, why are water maps your weak point, do you think? I don't think, here's the thing, I don't think me personally that I'm bad on water maps. I just think that I don't prioritize them in my practice, and I rarely prioritize them in the draft. Like, I kind of give them up in favor of other maps. So, it's not that I'm bad necessarily, it's just that I don't focus on them. Okay, that's going to be it for the Warlords 3 recap. Let me know on YouTube if you guys enjoyed the small Q&A session at the end. I like to include my Twitch chat into these things, and if you guys want to see more from us, come on down to our live stream on Twitch, link in the description. And I'll see you guys till next time. We are currently at 7 S tier wins in a row. I'm feeling great, feeling very happy with the success we've been having recently. I couldn't have done it without all the support I get from you guys on YouTube and Twitch. And yeah, Red Bull next. Red Bull next. See you guys later. Take care and peace.